Okay. So, a little bit of the pillow showing there. See if I can get that out. Anyway, what I had gotten before is Trumpenstein's health that I was feeling around October. Around October. But we'll see if he makes it that far. But that's what I was pretty much getting, October. Now I wonder, somebody's saying taking his dirt bath, his dirt sleep. I wonder if they're going to bury him next to Ivana on the golf course and let the weeds grow over him. Okay? Maybe I'm going to do a read and just ask what's going to happen when Trumpenstein passes. Okay? What's going to happen? What's going to be the view when Trumpenstein passes? Okay? Let's see if it will tell us. What's going to happen when Trumpenstein passes? We'll pull 18 cards and then we'll look at them together, see if we can figure out what they say. I think this deck is called Heaven and Earth, if I remember right. I could be wrong though, don't quote me on that, because these have been taken out of the box, and so I don't know. I don't know. Gotta make some extra room here. Okay, so let's see what's driving the reading. Can't make this up. First card out is Judgment. So when he passes, there will be judgment. Judgment on the horizon. Overturned. Okay? Overturned. Seeing from a different viewpoint. Okay? When it comes to the White House, trying to figure out this card. Sorry, these cards are pretty dark in here, but it's the card for the White House. Things overturned. Judgment. Things overturned when it comes to the White House. And what's being held to, what's being controlled. Okay? All aspects of things being controlled, and what's been hidden. The High Priestess. What's been hidden. So let's see what's being hidden. It is, yeah, losses. When it comes to holding on to all of the aspects of the White House being overturned with judgment. That's interesting. So let's see what the reading is. And the first thing out, it's about the manipulations, okay? All the things that he wanted to manipulate. Emotions, mental, physical, okay? All the things he manipulated. And with things going forward, action going forward when it came to things overseas, etc., and an agreement at this point coming out. Sorry about this. I love this deck, but the cards are a little dark. So let's see what we have. The energy coming into it would be light being shed. Light being shed. When it comes to the compassion, when it comes to any type of compassion and empathy for him, here we have the bird of the storylines, okay? The compassion for him going forward, yeah, people are going, yeah, no. They walked away from any kind of compassion to do with his passing. They're in agreement. He doesn't deserve any kind of compassion. So what would be coming in would be, this unhappiness, the misery that he brought with his manipulations, and the strength when it comes to the actions that were taken, and about just the wealth, the dominating of wealth, okay? Walking away. We don't give a rat's ass about how wealthy you were, any of that. So the challenge is the people, the family, okay, the family. So when it comes to his family, yeah, forget it. They don't give a rat's ass about him, okay? They're in their own thing. Mentally, he did nothing for anything, and they want to just take away the theft, take away what they can get, okay? Okay, so the agreement walked away from him, and it's all about how much of the wealth they can get, okay? Oh, my Lord. So potential outcome is a lot of the pain that people have felt, okay? Recognizing the mental, emotional pain, the strong holding on to truth, when it comes to those that were closest to him. Extra information is about what he was offering, the pain and other stuff that he just put out there. When it came to the long term, what's happening in the long term, the truth, and last but not least, the burden people have felt because of him, and the burden. So if we look at, so again, what's under it driving the whole thing with his passing, the judgment, things being overturned. When it comes to the White House, holding on to all of the power, the daily things, and this loss, facing this loss. So the foundation is an agreement of walking away. When it comes to his wealth, the challenge is the theft by the loved ones, the burden of the loved ones wanting to take his wealth, okay? The greed of the Trumpians. So they're looking at what they can get away with. They don't give a rat's ass about him. There's an agreement. They walked away from it, okay? It's all about what they can get out of it now and the burden they've had dealing with him all these years. This is his family, okay? Those closest to him. So it's about the action going forward. When it comes to compassion, the strength of compassion with that is, no, blocked. There's no compassion for him. The truth is what happened in the long term. Okay, the truth of what he did for the long term is what they're going to be looking at. So above it all, we have the manipulation, the light being shed on his unhappiness, the pain his family has felt in what he's offering up, okay? So his family even is not, not concerned. Like I said, I think Ivanka was sexually abused by him. You can see the old photos of really inappropriate photos. And he said, what do you have in common with your daughter? And he said, sex. So if we break the reading down, it's about the manipulations and pain caused to those closest to him, his lovers, etc. And there's an agreement with that. An agreement about the pain that he's caused these women, etc. In the center of it all, we have the strength. So let's see. The strength, light being shed on the theft, the takeaway, what they want to take away, the strength of walking away from the family, not liking the things when it comes to his monetary happenings. When it comes to compassion, the action is the strength, but it comes about his manipulations of wealth, okay? An agreement, not liking what's there, and the light is shed on the compassion. They're walking away from it. There's no compassion or love for this guy. So what's being blocked, the truth being blocked, is the strength of the mentality, what they're holding on to, the strength of the truth, okay? When it comes to the theft, the family thefts, because that's what they're all about. They want to get his money. And the heartbreak, okay, when it comes to the wealth, maybe they're just not going to get as much as they thought. Who knows what he's going to do with his monetary things when it comes to the end. And again, this blocking about this dissatisfaction when it comes to anybody close to him, the lovers, etc. They're not happy with anything, okay? Definitely not happy with anything. His family's not happy. They walked away. They're just in it for the money to see what they can get out of it. So we're going to do a clarifying read here in just a second. But yeah, judgment is coming down. People are walked away. They don't give a rat's ass about him. His family just wants his money. That's it. But there's no compassion for him, okay, in the end. When he passes, if they had a viewing for him, they'd be lining up to piss on his grave, okay? It's about what it looks like. Sorry about that. But let's go ahead and do a clarifying read and see what it says. So the center of it all, we have the battle, feeling embattled with it all, okay? The strength it just takes to endure this guy. People have felt embattled. And, this is about his, when his passing, it's done. The mentality when it comes to his passing is finally the rest and the tower moments. Okay, the tower moments. Trying to get this as light as I can. The tower moments that are coming, finally done. We've been embattled by this guy. Finally, he's gone. And the tower moments they've had to endure. So let's see with this rest, yeah, the truth that's being held on to. People's truth when it comes to having felt embattled by him and what he wanted to birth into America. They see it was a tower moment, feeling embattled with dealing with all the stuff that he was doing. And again, just being really unhappy with what has come. So they, they don't care about this guy. It's about, above it, the truth of democracy, and this could also be the cup of Christ, the king of emotions, the king of compassion, okay? And the reality of this guy's passing. And it's all of the, like I said, this is my card for like the, what do you call it? The, all the information that they have, the reality, the evidence, okay, of what he was trying to do to America, and just the tower moments that he put everybody through. Yeah, so above it all is Trump. It's all about Trump. All about Trump. And the embattled people that he put, the just feeling embattled, not liking what happened. And then we have the truth of his death and the light of Christ, what happens with that, what he tried to birth. We have the evidence of the tower moments. So this is impacting his whole world stance, his world. He's going into, like I said, the life review. Not going to be good for him. Rapidly coming in for him would be the life review. Yeah, the true spirituality, the authority of spirituality. Okay? Ooh, when it comes to his death, the death. Okay? Rapidly coming, that death. And like I said, he has to review, life review of everything that he put others through. He has to feel their pain, their thoughts, everything of every single person that he has conned, lied to, caused their suicides, all of the things that he has done to others, he will have to endure, okay? So this is based upon his, the desires that he had, the things that he put out there, he will have to review, okay? The message about the emotion, the things that he put others through, the message, and the struggles that he has caused, the action of the struggles he has put everyone through. There will be a message of truth, okay? This is the harsh light of truth that he is going to have to endure in his life review. And there is an agreement about his insanity, his delusion that he had. And again, people turn away from him in the end, okay? because his whole path was about gaining monetary stuff. His whole focus was on rulership, gaining money, and that was his whole life path. Okay, that was his whole life path. So yeah, charging forward. People are done with his abuse. Okay. Yeah. So he's not going to be celebrated at his passing. Let's put it that way. And his family at that passing, they're not going to be grieving his loss. They're going to be trying to get his assets. That's what it's all been about. Trying to get a hold of the family fortune or whatever it is. Who knows if they can even get a hold of it. He's got so many offshore accounts, etc. Who knows what he's got? If he's got a will, who knows? But it's all for them. It will be all about getting his money, whatever's there. Okay? Because they're not going to be grieving his loss at all. Let me grab these cards. I wanted to know what's going to happen with his body, but it's based on the choices he made in life, the journey he walked. We have the Fool card. Okay, it's just not picking this up either. But it is the Fool card. The Hermit, looking deeper into his life, choices he made, and then tempering this. Okay, tempering this. So they're not going to be celebrating him, his body. Got 3 major arcana again. They're looking deeper. Maybe they'll bury him next to his first wife, Ivana, on the golf course and let the weeds grow over him. But it doesn't look like there's going to be a huge celebration for him. So on that note, I'll leave that here.